Hey guys, what's up and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Professor Layton and Phoenix Wright. We are currently right now investigating the mysterious Storyteller Tower on the Layton side of the thing. And I did manage to find that missing hint coin I couldn't find originally back when I first started this game and we were in Labyrinthia. There's actually, this is actually the one opportunity you can actually go into the audience room too, which, I figured that out, while I was looking for the hint coin the last time. So, we're gonna do that first and collect the hint coins that are hiding in there. But yeah, the hint coin that I was trying to find was apparently hiding up here this whole time. I went over there once and it didn't do anything for me, so I don't know, man. Anyway, we can head into the audience room and pick up some hint coins in here. Just checking out this place. Don't mind us. Alright, let's see. That's one. And two. That doesn't look like it. Three. There we go. That's three. So now once we're done there, we can head out and head over to the tower. Creepy. Alright, so now we're gonna check out the tower entrance. It seems the mechanism put in place to protect the tower are still operating.
Does that mean we can't get inside?
No, I wouldn't say so. This particular mechanism is in the form of a puzzle. If we solve it, perhaps we can enter. Of course there'd be a puzzle. Even more annoying, it is a math puzzle. This one actually took me a bit of time when I originally went through this. Oh, shoot. I'm dumb. Okay, I shouldn't have done that. Here, let me put that back up. There are 12 gems, each of them numbered between 1 and 12. There are also a set of 3 triangles with gems already inside them. Keep in mind, these gems cannot be moved. Place the gems from your hand so that the sum of all the numbers on each triangle parameter adds up to 39. Alright then. I'm doing math in my head right now. But, last I checked, the triangle in the center needs to at least add up to 17 for this to work. So let me see if I can get this right. No. That should be there, probably. Try 4 and... okay, I guess okay, that was right, I believe. That sound is right. Yeah, the inner triangle is correct. Now I have to do the rest of it. So, let's try here. Okay, there we go. Problem solved. Spooky.
I've already seen the answer.
Good for you.
Come what may, puzzles are there to be solved.
What if they're ambiguous puzzles where they leave you thinking? And make your own solutions? Anyway.
Professor, you did it! Professor?
Doesn't it seem peculiar to you, Luke? To get here, we had to make our way beyond the guard post and through the knight's garrison. That would normally be considered sufficient defense against intruders, or so one would imagine.
Yeah, I guess you're right. There are several knights around as well.
There were several knights, and yet, in addition, we found that contrivance in place on the door. It would suggest to me that something of great importance must be contained within.
Let's go on in and find out, Professor!
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna do more of Layton's side, but I guess not? Or is this just like a quick save again before we continue chapter 7? Anyway, yes, we'll save. Oh, alright, we are actually starting chapter 8 now. So there was a save point in the middle of the chapter that lied to me, thinking I was continuing the next chapter, which wasn't really true. The final witch trial, excuse me. And now we get chapter 8. Very, very short chapters.
It's finally starting. The last witch trial.
The witch's court will no longer serve any purpose once the great witch Bezella is burned. And Espella is still a zombie.
But Espella isn't Bezella. I'm not buying it one bit. I mean, the storyteller is her father. I don't know what happened between them, but a father would never do that to his child.
I think you're right, Maya.
But no one else does. They're all throwing accusations at her.
To be fair, some of these villagers are pretty flat and straightforward and what is it? Two-dimensional. There we go.
I just feel so sorry for Espella.
I don't know, Espella seems pretty dandy over there. It feels like this whole case is under some kind of bad spell.
A spell?
Yeah, we just can't see it yet. That's why it's so vital that we expose the real witch behind all this. And we've got to do it during this trial.
I believe in you, Nick!
Oh, by the way.
Yeah?
What are you gonna do during this trial? I mean, if you were thinking about watching...
What? You mean you don't want me to be by your side? I didn't take you for such a cold-hearted guy, Nick!
That's not what I mean. Let me finish before you start jumping to conclusions. What I was going to say is that you can't let people see you. You're supposed to be, you know, dead. You were cast into the flames, remember? Yeah, there's a guard just standing back there, you know. He'd probably be like,
Oh, right! That. You mean after I was on trial for the murder of Sir Top Hat?
Don't underestimate me, Sir Blue Knight.
Huh?
I've already got it covered.
Check it out! I brought this with me. With this masterful disguise, I shall be transformed into Maya the Ironclad.
I found it in Barnum's room and figured I'd borrow it for a while. Don't tell me you're going to the trial wearing that helmet.
I sure am! Can't be Maya the Ironclad without being clad in some iron.
Let's just hope Barnum doesn't flip out if he sees you wearing his trusty headgear.
Anyway, I'm going to do what I can to help. We've got to save Espella, right?
We will. Come on, let's get going. It's time to break whatever bad spell Espella's under, and put an end to these witch trials once and for all.
Right!
You're okay with that, aren't you, Espella? Nah, she's just gonna keep staring off into the distance. Oh, cutscene.
There's a ton of people out there, Nick.
Let's do this. Come on.
I don't know about you guys, but those people, the audience, look more like a cult. With all their hoods.
Now, as scheduled, the trial of Espella Cantabella shall commence forthwith. Knights of the court, are you ready now to cross your swords of justice?
The Knights of the Inquisition have spent countless years trying to track down the elusive Great Witch. The secret of her identity shall finally be brought to light in this very court. All those present, pay attention, so that the truth may be burned into your memory. Today, the legend of the Great Witch shall become a closed chapter in the history of Labyrinthia.
I love her animations.
So ominous. And right,
You could cut the atmosphere with a knife.
you're right in front of the bell tower too, from the looks of it.
It's so loaded, but at the same time, oddly subdued.
And now, the whole truth shall be revealed to all. The moon, eye of the night, shall bear witness to that. Don't you agree, Defender?
Your Honor, the defense is ready.
How regrettable. I see you won't allow yourself to be provoked.
You may now begin your opening statement, High Inquisitor Darklaw. Thank you. People of Labyrinthia, the story has ended. Its end has been sealed through the Storyteller's death. The one who put an end to the life of the Storyteller, and to the story which governs our lives, was the Great Witch Bezella. A foul embodiment of evil who has long been lurking among us, concealed deep within the conscience of a certain girl. Is this like the same court song that played at the beginning with the English trial? Sounds like it. Sounds like it, you know? I'm sure you are all aware of her name. I refer, of course, to Espella Cantabella. Oh, Eve's up there too. That doesn't make it even more suspicious or anything! Today, at dusk, a tragedy unfolded right in front of us all. A giant fire dragon descended into the town square, devouring the Storyteller. 'Twas a nightmare's vision that we shall never be able to forget. That fearsome fire beast, of which we had only heard tell through legend, returned at the hand of the Great Witch. Indeed, it was just as in illustrations of the legendary fire. And the girl within whose heart lies the Great Witch herself has committed her final and most heinous crime. The crime of patricide. Patricide? Patricide. May this trial serve as an offering. An offering to the Storyteller who can be with us no longer. You know, okay, this is a slight loophole. Didn't the Storyteller technically write that she would kill him? Because the Storyteller writes the stories and, you know, everything comes true, whatever the Storyteller writes. So isn't it technically the Storyteller's fault? I mean, this is... sorry, great game, but now the loopholes are starting to show up towards the end. Oh, did I read that? I don't even know if I read that line or not. Thank you, High Inquisitor. The Inquisition may now begin proceedings. As I have said, this unthinkable crime took place in the town square, within plain sight of all Labyrinthians. Everyone is a witness. Surely there can be no need for a formal interrogation. Well, shit. You can't say that. I suggest you find your temper, Defender. In a few moments, you will have no option but to accept the truth. Once we hear it from the very mouth of the accused. From Espella? The Inquisition hereby demands that the accused, Espella Cantabella, testify about her crime. Or rather, that she confess to it. The Inquisition's request shall be granted. Bring Espella Cantabella down to the witness stand. This is it, the last trial. In all likelihood, Espella will admit to the charges. I have only one chance to break whatever spell she's under. When she testifies, there are bound to be some clues to the truth in there. Good God, zombie. Now that you are here, witness, state your name and tell us your real name as well.
My name is Isabella Cantabella, but I have another name too. Bazella.
Sorry the way she said that. Butzella. Sorry. Order! Order in the court. Then you really do admit that you are the Great Witch. You openly concede that you are Bazella herself, the cause of all evil and destruction.
Yes. I knew it! We're done! She's Bazella!
How terrifying. I mean, she killed her own father.
How dare she kill our beloved storyteller?
We don't want a trial. We want to see her burn! 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 The Inquisition was right. The accused herself has spoken. It would seem there is no need for interrogation.
I assure you there is none.
The only possible verdict has been clear to everyone from the very beginning.
Hold it!
Maya speaks up! Oh my god! Let's hear Spella, the accused side of the story. Magic exists in this world, right? So if you think about it, Espella could be under the influence of a spell too. Oh boy. What I would like to know is this. Just who in the world are you, young knight?
Oh, me?
How to put it? I feel as if we've met somewhere before. It was... where was it again?
We haven't. It's just your imagination. Your Honor. I mean,
my lord. As for who I am...
I'm with Sir Blue Knight.
Not in a romantic way, of course. OTP! No. Is this a friend of yours, Defender? Yes, and, don't comment on the helmet, please. She really wouldn't, like to have her face seen. How can I put this gently? It's not something you want to look at.
What are you talking about? You make it sound like there's a problem with my face!
I can assure you we have no interest in your face, miss. Although I do wonder where you acquired that particular helm.
Why's that?
A helm of that ilk is not something you can simply purchase from a steel stall.
Well, I found it. In the forest. Finders keepers, you know.
What are you doing, Maya? You promised you wouldn't draw attention.
Ugh. Sorry, Nick. I lost it a bit.
Well, anyway, the defense's opinion is as follows. We should hear the defendant's testimony before coming to a verdict. There may be some things even she isn't aware of. How amusing. As this is to be the last witch trial ever held, perhaps it is only fitting that we cross swords before you accept your defeat. I agree. Thus, the accused herself will now testify. Miss Cantabella, tell the court of your involvement of this incident, or in this incident. Blah, blah. Whew. Witness testimony! I finally realized that Bazella has been lying dormant within me. Once evening fell and the rain ceased, I climbed up the wooden stairs of that bell tower and awaited the parade. I waited for my father's speech to end, and then I summoned the fire dragon. I don't know why I killed my father. That was a very unusual testimony. When you used magic against your father, were you doing so as Isabella Cantabella, or as the Great Witch Bazella? A most fascinating query. However, it matters not. The Inquisition has ingeniously solved the query by disregarding it.
What matters is that Bezella exists within this girl. Being a witch is a crime. Such a fundamental rule will always hold. And this girl here is not just any witch. She is the Great Witch.
Isabella has admitted the charges, just as I suspected. I just have to hope I can find some contradictions in her testimony. Well, there's a big glaring one at the start. If I don't, we can kiss this trial goodbye. The defense may begin the interrogation.
Defender, steady your sword of justice. Should I see it waver or point in the wrong direction, I will not hesitate to cut down your arguments and end this interrogation. You had better keep that in mind.
Oh boy. Thanks for the warning. Anyway, so the first one is pretty damn obvious. She talks about going, when the rain ceased, she went into the building, which shouldn't be possible, because if you remember the Vigilantes' report, they said they didn't see anyone come in or out. Yes, there were no trespassers, so let's present that.
Objection!
Vigilantes were guarding the bell tower all day.
Is that the Vigilantes' report?
Indeed, and according to this, the Vigilantes have been constantly guarding the entrance to the bell tower ever since it appeared.
However, there is nothing about Isabella going up the tower in their report.
Objection!
Ooh, I love her voice.
Your memory must have failed you. That girl is a witch, the Great Witch at that. It's only natural to assume that she used something akin to invisibility magic. Isn't that so, witness? Yes. I used an invisibility spell to enter the tower unnoticed.
Objection!
Even magic follows certain rules in this world. Witches need to be holding a Talia Magica in order to use magic. And you weren't in possession of one at the time.
Oh.
Objection!
How horrifying your ignorance is.
Excuse me?
Did you honestly think the difference between a regular witch and the Great Witch was in name alone? The Great Witch, unlike other witches,
can command any magic she desires without the use of a witch's scepter.
Objection!
That's news to me. I don't know, it's pretty straightforward, but it's probably a good thing to clarify. Every labyrinthian should know about that.
A witch's scepter can hold only 2 magic gems at once.
Whoever heard of a great witch that could only use 2 spells? Ah! She has a point, unfortunately. Order! Order!
In any case, this should convince you that the accused entered the tower.
This is a sketch showing footprints?
It was raining before the parade reached the town square. Obviously, if you walk through muddy streets before climbing up a staircase, you will inevitably leave footprints on the steps. This sketch shows that there were indeed muddy footprints present on the bell tower stairs. And since you'd no doubt be quick to ask, I can tell you that they match the sole of the accused's shoes.
It's certain that the accused climbed up the bell tower after the rain had fallen. Very well, the court accepts this sketch as evidence. Well, this is bad.
I almost pity you, defender. The evidence you threw in our faces with such verve was, sadly, useless.
Indeed. It would seem there were no problems with that testimony after all. Let us not waste time. If you could carry on with the interrogation.
That is, if the defender hasn't run out of ideas yet.
The judge seems ready to announce the verdict any second now. I've got to find a flaw in her testimony and fast. I need a solid lead in this case. Well, right now we can't present anything, so we're gonna end up just pressing a bunch of stuff now. So, I don't know why I killed my father. I don't know why you did either. So let's go all the way back. You finally realize you were at Bezella, so let's press on that. I think we have to press on everything, though. You say you finally realized?
Yes, I've always had a feeling, but my memory is rather hazy. I've always felt as though I'm not who I think I am, and that I've forgotten something very important. Incidentally, when did you become aware of Bezella's presence within you? It was when I went to the Great Archive with Mr. Layton and Luke. Ever since I saw the mural depicting Bezella, I started having strange flashbacks. I saw things from the distant past, memories of the legendary fire.
The legendary fire?
I saw it. I was there when it happened. I saw the town consumed by flames.
You couldn't have! That's impossible! The legendary fire occurred over 100 years ago, and there were no survivors!
Yes, I know that. But it's true. I remember it happening. Because I'm Bezella.
Jesus Christ. Alright, we don't need to press anything there, so we can press here.
Hold it!
You summoned the fire dragon with that spell Grandworm, right?
Yes, that's the one. Although I won't say it now. I'm sure something terrible would happen if I did.
That's fine, absolutely fine. No need to prove that statement. In fact, the court forbids you to prove it.
Of course I won't say it.
There's something strange about this statement. And I think I know exactly what was bothering me about it. She used that dragon summoning spell, but didn't have a witch's scepter. The Great Witch can use all spells without using a scepter, right? I mean, that's a little too overpowered, don't you think? That's probably what makes the Great Witch, well, great. Also, there's a frame rate drop all of a sudden. She'd be a pretty sorry Great Witch if she could only use 2 spells. Yeah, you see that frame rate drop?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I guess so.
Continue the interrogation.
Okay.
Hold it!
You don't know why you killed your father. Okay. That may be because you didn't kill him.
Objection!
It's useless, Defender.
Witness, who killed the Storyteller?
It was me. I summoned the fire dragon. I killed him.
The Storyteller chose his own death. That is a fact that cannot be changed. 'Tis common knowledge that all things written in the story will become a reality. So then why don't you... Like, why are we blaming her? The Storyteller wrote it! Yeah. Okay. And Bezella's appearance has been written into the story's final chapter. She has no choice but to act out the role that has been written for her. In other words, everything happens in accordance to the storyteller's story. Nick? Have you not noticed how weird Espella is acting today? I'm sure I have. It's almost like she's a puppet. But who's pulling the strings? Hello?
Eve.
Nick, look! Check it out, it's Eve! She must be here to root for Espella! I don't think a cat's emotional support is gonna help us all that much. Well, this is an unexpected intrusion. But as we were in the middle of an interrogation, I will ask the witness to carry on with her testimony.
Yes, my lord.
Which we will have to do in the next video. We have to basically press a statement we've already pressed previously, having all the information we've already pressed from her before. which I'll have to do next time. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Later! Hey guys, what's up and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Professor Layton and Phoenix Wright. We are currently right now investigating the mysterious Storyteller Tower on the Layton side of the thing. And I did manage to find that missing hint coin I couldn't find originally back when I first started this game and we were in Labyrinthia. There's actually, this is actually the one opportunity you can actually go into the audience room too, which, I figured that out, while I was looking for the hint coin the last time. So, we're gonna do that first and collect the hint coins that are hiding in there. But yeah, the hint coin that I was trying to find was apparently hiding up here this whole time. I went over there once and it didn't do anything for me, so I don't know, man. Anyway, we can head into the audience room and pick up some hint coins in here. Just checking out this place. Don't mind us. Alright, let's see. That's one. And two. That doesn't look like it. Rest of it. So let's try here. Okay, there we go. Problem solved. Spooky.
I've already seen the answer.
Good for you.
Come what may, puzzles are there to be solved.
What if they're ambiguous puzzles where they leave you thinking? And make your own solutions? Anyway.
Professor, you did it! Professor?
Doesn't it seem peculiar to you, Luke? To get here, we had to make our way beyond the guard post and through the knight's garrison. That would normally be considered sufficient defense against intruders. Or so one would imagine.
Yeah, I guess you're right. There are several knights around as well. There were several knights, excuse me.
And yet, in addition, we've...
3? There we go. That's 3. So now once we're done there, we can head out. And head over to the tower.
Creepy. Alright, so now we're gonna check out the tower entrance. It seems the mechanism put in place to protect the tower are still operating.
Does that mean we can't get inside?
No, I wouldn't say so. This particular mechanism is in the form of a puzzle. If we solve it, perhaps we can enter. Of course there'd be a puzzle. Even more annoying, it is a math puzzle. This one actually took me a bit of time when I originally went through this. Oh, shoot, I'm dumb.
Okay, I shouldn't have done that.
Here, let me put that back up. There are 12 gems, each of them numbered between 1 and 12. There are also a set of 3 triangles with gems already inside them. Keep in mind, these gems cannot be moved. Place the gems from your hand so that the sum of all the numbers on each triangle parameter adds up to 39. Alright then. I'm doing math in my head right now. But, last I checked, the triangle in the center needs to at least add up to 17 for this to work. So let me see if I can get this right. No. That should be there, probably. Let's try 4 and... okay, I guess okay, that was right, I believe. That sound is right. Yeah, the inner triangle is correct. Now I have to do the rest. We found that contrivance in place on the door. It would suggest to me that something of great importance must be contained within.
Let's go on in and find out, Professor!
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna do more of Layton's side, but I guess not? Or is this just like a quick save again before we continue chapter 7? Anyway, yes, we'll save. Oh, alright, we are actually starting chapter 8 now. So there was a save point in the middle of the chapter that lied to me, thinking I was continuing the next chapter, which wasn't really true. The final witch trial, excuse me. And now we get chapter 8. Very, very short chapters.
It's finally starting. The last witch trial.
The witch's court will no longer serve any purpose once the great witch Bezella is burned. And a spell